Good morning, everybody. For me, as I'm recording this, it's Sunday morning, and I just got off of an amazing Zoom call with my spiritual community, and I was reminded so much beautiful juiciness came out of this call, and I was reminded of spiritual alchemy, that I can turn heavy energy into gold, and you can too, through prayer, through love, through action. And I just love that. So I wanted to put that offering out there. I also am going to share a reading with you today from Lamott's Help Thanks Wow, um, 3 Essential Prayers. I know I read a lot of her material of late and find it so helpful and so genuine. Another one of her quotes that she writes it as a quote from life, a quote of life, from life to us, saying, "Dearest, you are pre-approved. This is a come as you are party. Life." Don't you love that? You are pre-approved. This is a come as you are party. And so I'll begin with the reading from Help Thanks Wow this morning. I think of Raymond Carver's poem. I think often of Raymond Carver's poem, Late Fragment, written before his death at age of 50, inscribed on his tombstone, almost too well known to bring up again, but I have to. And did you get what you wanted from this life? Even so? I did. And what did you want? To call myself beloved, to feel myself beloved on the earth. Amazing things appear in our life almost out of nowhere. Landscapes, seascapes, forgiveness, and they keep happening. So many vistas and so much healing to give thanks for. Even when we don't cooperate, blessings return to our lives, even in the aftermath of tragedy. Let me repeat that. Blessings return to our lives, even in the aftermath of tragedy. Things get a little better when we ask for help. People help us. Most astonishing of all, people forgive us, and we eventually forgive them. Talk about miracles. The kids turn out to be okay after all. The widow finally gets back on her feet. If you're like me, you ask your higher power for help, and then cause further need for help by procrastinating or refusing to cooperate with simple instructions that follow sincere petition. And yet, even so, grace, progress, blessings continue to be given to you because God gives. It's God's job. How can that be? C.S. Lewis wrote, "I pray because I can't help myself. I pray because I'm helpless. I pray because the need flows out of me all the time, waking and sleeping. It doesn't change. It doesn't change God. It changes me." I have heard this passage in a number of sermons in far-flung churches over the years. It changes me. Prayer changes me. Hearing this makes me less afraid and more grateful, less critical and more trusting. More than anything, prayer helps me get my sense of humor back. It brings me back to my heart from the treacherous swamp of my mind. It brings me back to the now, to the holy moment, to this holy moment. Whether that means watching candles float on the Ganges are bending down in my front yard to study a lavish dandelion, delicate as a spirograph drawing that looks like its very own galaxy. Amen, amen, amen. So we breathe. Try to slow down and pay attention. Try to love and help God's other children. And hardest of all, at least to me, learn to love our depressing, hilarious, moody, decent selves. Mostly decent selves. And moody. We get thirsty people water. Read to the very young and old. And listen to the sad. We pick up litter, garbage, and try and leave the world a slightly better place for our stay here. Those are basic instructions in which I can only add amen. Thank you so much for listening. Bye. Until next time.